Making a difference international. Today, somewhere on the other side of the world, you guys have made a difference today. You know, it was about a week ago, I heard this number, around 800, 900 shoes, and 3,000 is a huge number to get to. And it looked kind of scary after a while, but somehow we've mobilized are the high school kids in here? There they are. Let's give those guys a big hand. Truckload of spots and all kinds of loads came in of shoes, doubling and tripling that amount. And then I know that we had kids leaving school yesterday telling Mr. Stoddard and Mrs. Bergeron that I'm going to bring more. More came in last night. I don't know how close we got. I know what our agreement was. 3,000. And is Miss Johnson here? Johnson. She's tallying those things up, but we got to understand what our agreement is. I'm going to turn it over to Funway here to share a little bit about making a difference in that. Hello, Montezuma! Awesome, guys. I'm so pumped to be here this morning. You know, it all started yesterday when I showed up. You guys were just like, yeah, just get there. And wow, it feels like we're gonna get there. Maybe, I hope. I got to see Mr. Sherman do it here today. So I came prepared for that, ready to watch. So I know you guys do too. But most importantly, guys, hey, check it out. That's the reason why we do this. Look at that kid over there. Okay? Got his first pair of shoes. Very excited. Very excited. And so, hookworm disease, jiggers, he's going to have the ability to go to school, not being afraid of cuts and bruises and scrapes. Thanks to you guys. Thanks to you. Is Miss Johnson here yet? Yeah. Okay. Miss Johnson will share that number.
Okay guys, we did an official count this morning because so many shoes were brought in last night and also this morning from across the school, from the community, and also from our high school Interact kids. Could I have the high school Interact kids come down please at this time?
Yeah, one of them's good. The one with the blonde hair.
Alright, these guys at the high school were able to help us out with the drive. We knew that 3,000 was going to be a lofty goal, so we called on our high school Interact kids to help us out with that. Is there someone here that would like to just briefly say what Interact is, for anyone that might not know?
So, I'm Matt Sauser with the Monticello Interact. I'm the vice president of the Interact Club at the high school. And what Interact Club is, it's like a group that, it's kind of like a volunteer group within the high school. It's pretty much the easiest way to put it. We get a school a lot for doing stuff like this. It's a lot of fun. When you guys go to the high school, or maybe 8th grade, you guys, 2 years from now, we go to high school. Hopefully, you guys can do it.
Thanks, Matt. A couple, before we announce the numbers here, a couple thank yous need to go out because this drive was made possible by many people in this building. Things that you didn't necessarily see, things that kind of went on behind closed doors that made this possible today. And with that, I'm looking, and I'm not seeing. Mrs. Stein's class. Mrs. Stein is a 6th grade teacher, and her class, Community Living Skills class, was responsible for zip tying and banding and tying all of the laces together and stacking all of the shoes that were brought in over the last couple of weeks. And they took an hour or 2 of their time every single day to make sure that you could see what we saw in the media center when we walked in and everything was all around the media center. That was due to her students and herself as they put that together. So round of applause for Mrs. Stein. I think we also need to make sure that we thank Mr. Herm. Where's Mr. Herm? Which, if you could tell over the last couple of days, didn't smell like it normally smells on a normal day. And it took a lot to kind of keep that coordinated and keep his library running as this shoe drive was going on. So it took a lot of flexibility on his part. And also Mrs. Johnson, his para, who did all of our tabulating, and they were the ones that were kind of keeping us up to date on who was in the lead and how many pairs of shoes and all of that. So let's give a round of applause to Mrs. Johnson. Eminem, where are you? Okay. Miss Bergeron's Eminem did something kind of unique with this drive this year, and they took kind of a leadership role in thinking about how are we going to make sure that all of these pairs of shoes that are going to Uganda are going to stay together. Because we wanted to make sure. We didn't know about rubber bands and 7th graders. Doesn't really work so well. What happens when you give a box of rubber bands to a group of 7th graders? Right, they're probably not going to be on the shoes. They're going to be flying all over the place. And so Mrs. Bergeron's Eminem took the initiative and they called it Zip the Kicks, right guys? And with that, they donated all of the zip ties that were used for this drive. So let's give a round of applause to Ms. Bergeron.